Score is 14-11. McAllis back to serve, sends the ball over the net. Castillo digs it, up to Fontana, over to Boulis, gets blocked at the net by number 1 and 13, Maternowitzki and Balk, and then Boulis is unable to play the next attack. Scores 14-12 now. Lacrosse has battled back, trailing by as much as 7 at one point. McAllis into serve, sends the ball over the net. Castillo digs it, over to Fontana, back to number 11, Nick Rory. Dug by Coultier, McAllis sends it up, and Coultier is going to send it over. Levin's going to send it over to a left 3. Nor is going to attack. And no, it's still alive. It is a great save by number 1, Balk. And he's blocked at the net by Balk and Maternowitzki. Coaches over here for the Seahawk for Sonoma State is upset, thinking it should have been called a lift. He did not like that call whatsoever, but it is in favor of Wisconsin lacrosse. And now you got some miscommunication going on with Sonoma. Newman over to Balk. Net violation, number 12. Zach Belts. Sonoma State's going to go ahead and take their timeout, their first timeout of the game. Game tied up at 14 apiece. The Crosses battled back. Sonoma State was a little upset after that call, and they got to get settled back down. Their coach was a little too flustered and worried about arguing with the referee instead of trying to coach his team. And now he's trying to regain some composure amongst his team to help them out. Some calls may not go for you, but you can't lose your focus, not in a championship game. You really see this crowd starting to grow, and fans are enjoying themselves here in beautiful Broadbent Arena in Louisville, Kentucky. One of the many facilities at the Kentucky Fair and Exposition Center. Back to serve for Lacrosse is McAllis. Once again, Lacrosse won the first game 25-15. McAllis sends it over. Castillo jumps back, saves it. Fontana over to Boulis. Gets blocked at the net, but it goes wide. Point Sonoma State. Re-entering the game for Sonoma State's number 4, White, and number 14, Hosak. White is back to serve now for Sonoma State with a 15-14 lead. Sends the ball over, dug out by number 4, Coutier, and attacked by Manning. Coutier is back to set it up again. Newman over to Maternowitzki. Fontana over to Boulis, and it's sent long, but it's tipped at the net. Point Sonoma. Sonoma State's regaining this lead now. It's now 16-14. Back to serve is Ethan White, who serves it right into the net. Tied up 16-15 now. Sonoma leads by 1. Lacrosse now serving. Maternowitzki back. Sends the ball over the net. Smolnik gets it. And it's sent long by number 12, Belts. Point Lacrosse. Maternowitzki back to serve. Sends it deep. Number 4, White ends up saving Fontana over to Boulis. And Coultier tries to dive to save it, but unable to wrangle it in. Seawolves number 12. Belts back to serve with a 17-16 lead. Dug out by Coultier over to Newmans. Back over to Maternowitzki. Dug out Whites. Hosak just sends it over. McAllis just sends it over. And Maternowitzki just sends it over. And it's capitalized on by Hosak, who hammers it right to the floor. 18-16 now in favor of Sonoma. Coutier's slow to get up. 12. Belt sends it over. And then Balk hits it back. Fontana dives to save it. Boulis sends it back, and Belt hits it over the net. Newman sends it over to Manning, and it's off of a block and touch by Sonoma State. Point Lacrosse. Lacrosse now trails 18-17. Serving now is Manning for the Eagles. Lacrosse. Fontana sends it over, and Singh capitalized again, hits his second kill of the game, both coming in this matchup. 19-17. Back server number 3, Boulis. Boulis sends it over. Manning saves it. Newman hits it. And Coutier on the kill. Right at the face of David Volnick. He did not like that at all. Showed a little frustration into it with it. Entering now is Brault for Lacrosse. He's replacing number 1. Or, excuse me. Entering is Mole. He's replacing number 1, Balk. Fontana just pushes the ball straight down off of a save by Zolonic off of the serve. Point. Sonoma. Sonoma now leads 20-18. Castillo back to serve now. Sends it deep. Saved by Manning. Newman sends it over to number 11, Mole. Zavolnik picks it up, but able to save it. Manning sends it over to McAllis, over to Coultier, and Coultier hits it down, and gets the kill. 20-19. Sonoma. It's a game to 25. Wisconsin won the first one, 25-15. They trailed in the game 2, 20-19. Turnowitzki sent it over. Fontana pushed the ball over, and it's got a touch. Got a touch against Lacrosse. Point Sonoma State. Number 2, David Zolnick, in to serve the ball. Up 21-19. Sends it over. But Turnowitzki saves it, and Coultier kills it. Newman with the assist. The Women's Division I championship will be against Santa Clara University and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And it will follow this matchup. Fontana over to Diggett. Sends it over. Number 11, McCrory, helps send it over. Block at the net by McCrory and Belts. Nice save there by Boulis, who's come through for his team on numerous times. But not this time. Alex Coutier with the kill. Point Lacrosse. Lacrosse is now tied. 21-21. Back to service Coutier. Coutier sends the ball over and wide. Point Sonoma State. Sonoma State now leads 22-21. This is a game to 25. Number 13's in to serve for Sonoma State, Scott Fontana. McAllis sends it up to Newman. Over to Manning. Zvolnik sends it up to Fontana and back to Boulis. Hammers it down. Point Sonoma State. Sonoma State leads 23-21. Must get to 25 in order to win. And Lacrosse is going to call their first time out of the game. This is their first time out that they've called this game. They need to try and regroup and turn this thing around. Otherwise, we're going to go to third game. And if we go to a third game, we're going to play to 15. Teams will be on both sides of the court. They'll play to 8, then they'll switch sides, come back and play some more. We'll play till 15. Winner must win by 2. There is no cap. You see the crowd starting to build in anticipation for the Division I championships. Back to serve for Sonoma State, number 13, Scott Fontana. Fontana sends the ball over. Dug out by Coutier. Up to Newman. Over to Manning. Sent out. It's wide. No contact. 24-21, Sonoma State. Game point. Fontana back to serve. Sends the ball over. Dug out by Coutier. Newman saves it, but it's hit by number 11, Mole. Coutier's just going to push the ball over. Castillo over to Fontana. Killed by Boulis. Point Sonoma State. We're going to go to a third game.